Welcome back for today's Farm and Ranch News. Montana's elected delegation in Washington, D.C. has been working overtime to protect Montana's livestock industry. This week I spoke with them about the bipartisan work on multiple issues that are impacting the livestock industry. Representative Greg Gianforte spoke on the efforts to investigate Packer antitrust concerns at USDA and the Department of Justice.
Both on the Justice Department side as well as USDA. The Justice Department, the Attorney General, I've been proud of the way he stood up for Americans when he's pursued these investigations. I think he's more looking at monopolistic behavior. Was there price fixing, these sorts of things? The USDA is looking at were there agricultural rules violated in the process. Again, we need to punish. If there's any anti-competitive behavior going on, we need to get to the bottom of it.
This week, Montana's U.S. senators introduced a bipartisan bill on mandatory negotiated cash cattle trade. They say it would provide more transparency in the cattle markets.
This is addressing the issue we're hearing from Montana ranchers to ensure that they're treated fairly as it relates to price. This is supporting accurate and fair price discovery, and that would require a minimum of 50% of a packer's weekly volume of beef slaughter come as a result of purchases made on the open or the spot market, that cash market we're talking about. I think the concern I'm hearing from a lot of our producers is feeling far too speculative. Clearly, as this goes through the hearing processes, we're going to figure out some tweaks to the bill, but it was important to act. We just could not sit back and keep the status quo.
Congress repealed mandatory country of origin labeling on beef and pork in 2015 after the World Trade Organization upheld two previous decisions that MCOOL was discriminatory and that Canada and Mexico could place over $1 billion in retaliatory tariffs against U.S. imports. The most divisive issue in the livestock industry is getting new life in a Senate resolution introduced this week by Senators Tester and Daines.
If it's meat that comes out of Brazil or Argentina, that might be all good for somebody, but it's not good for John Tester. I want to know where it comes from. And I think most consumers are that way, and they will give an advantage to the United States raised product. But I will tell you, if we could get a good vote out of this, out of the United States Senate and the United States House, I think it would give instruction to the Department of Agriculture to go out there and fight for country of origin labeling. And I think that's a mistake that was made in 2015. We didn't fight for it, we folded. And that's not the right thing to do.
No doubt very important issues on the minds of all farmers and ranchers. We'll be right back. This week, USDA is expected to finalize details for their COVID-19 funding for direct support for farmers and ranchers that have experienced at least a 5% loss due to COVID-19. Funding will be available to farms and ranches regardless of size. Producers are encouraged to contact their local Farm Service Agency office, where staff can start working with you to apply for the program. While the application process has not officially started, you can start gathering important information and understanding your operation's recent sales and inventory. But just a reminder, you must call FSA first to schedule an appointment. Well, friends, that's all for today's Farm and Ranch News. Have a great day.